to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, Adam here, and you're about to listen to a hypnosis session all about two key things. And one is about releasing suppressed or trapped emotions, and the second is about creating a morning ritual that would actually give you long-term health and wellness benefits. I was working with a client that was very successful in the process of selling their business, but had found themselves focused too much on health issues and then catastrophizing as to whether or not they would get worse, whether or not things would improve, going through the rabbit hole of researching symptoms and just creating more and more stress that was this vicious cycle. And actually what they wanted is to reverse that cycle, to feel that they were making progress, improvements, more positive, felt they could do more and have more options rather than feel more restricted. So this starts with a metaphor of releasing suppressed or trapped emotions, but then introduces this idea of establishing a simple half-an-hour ritual in the morning of some activity, having a cold shower, and then doing something that links to mindfulness, like sketching. Now, all of these things are linked to positive neurotransmitters. So activity, for example, like particularly physical activity, can link to endorphins, and having a cold shower and feeling accomplished and regenerated and rejuvenated from that can link to dopamine. And doing something that links to mindfulness can actually link to things like serotonin and oxytocin, because it can be perceived to be an act of self-love. Now, these three things were relevant to the client that I was working with, but you might create a ritual which is linked to reading or a gratitude journal or doing something like having a healthy breakfast or something else. It's not important what the ritual is. It's important to think of, if you were to do one thing every morning for the next year to radically improve your health and well-being, what three things that would take less than half an hour could they be? And that will probably give you a clue as to what your ritual could be. Now, this session was created for an individual. Some of the suggestions were highly relevant for them and will not be relevant for you. So just ignore any suggestions that aren't quite right. But if you like the idea, particularly at this time of year, in January, a lot of people are planning on making changes, establishing new habits, improving the quality of their life, or making a change. So if any of those things resonate and you want to explore working with me directly, there will be a link in the description of this episode, or you can check out my website, adamcox.co.uk. And on there, you're going to find a link to schedule a completely free consultation call over Zoom. We'll have a chat, and who knows, it might be that I'm your hypnotherapist rather than just a guy you listen to on a podcast. If that's of interest, check that out. But for now, find a quiet, comfortable place, the kind of place where you won't be distracted or disturbed. Relax and enjoy the session.
Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, that's it. Release all that tension in your eyelids. Feel that release in your outward breath. And just allow each breath to take you deeper and deeper relaxed. Now, that's it. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you feel. And the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you breathe. Each breath taking you to that place of enhanced neural plasticity. Kind of place where wonderful changes start to take place all by themselves. So just take a moment now and really connect with your body, with your breath, any sensations, the weight of your arms or your legs. Just connect. Allow your body to find that rhythm, a rhythm of relaxation. And right here, right now, there is absolutely nothing that you have to do or need to do. Nothing you need to fix. No problem you need to solve. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just notice. Notice what you notice, that you are here, breathing that way, breathing in resourceful relaxation and exhaling tension. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper relaxed now. Breathing in slowly through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels more natural. And you may begin to sense that your nervous system already knows how to stand down. This time of hypervigilance, being on guard, isn't required here. So with each breath out, imagine that hypervigilant mind loosening its grip, thoughts drifting, effort dissolving, as the body remembers how to rest without collapsing. I want you to think of a staircase from your childhood, at a time when you felt safe and relaxed, and imagine yourself at the top of that staircase, with the belief that each step down the staircase will lead you deeper into a place of calm awareness. As I count down from 10 to 1, each step down, your body becomes more relaxed and heavier, and your mind becomes more connected to wonderful changes. That's it, taking that first step. 10. Feeling more relaxed. 9. Deeper now. 8. Calmer. And 7, a long outward breath. Feel that release. And 6, you're breathing steady and natural. 5, halfway down now. That's it. 4, just loosening any tension in your jaw. 3, almost there. 2 and 1. But instead of getting to the bottom of that staircase, I want you to imagine arriving in a space that feels safe, grounded, and private. A place where honesty is possible, where nothing needs to be hidden. That's it. And in this space, imagine your body as an intelligent container, not broken, not failing, simply holding experiences that were never given permission to leave. Scan your body, as some emotions may have been suppressed, some trapped, some quietly hiding. Emotions that may link to resentment, frustration, a sense of injustice or lack of fairness. And this, in that moment, you don't need to name them. You don't need to analyze them or know where they came from. Just notice where your body feels heavier or more tense than it needs to be. And maybe that's in the chest, the throat, the stomach or the shoulders, or maybe there, down in the gut. And I wonder if you could imagine those emotions as dense energy that are old, stale, and no longer useful. With each exhale, imagine that energy dissipating, diluting, melting. Perhaps you could imagine it draining downward and out of your body, or being released in your outward breath. I want you to imagine this dense energy as being like toxins, but those toxins are leaving in your outward breath or through the skin, perhaps through gravity itself. Nothing dramatic, nothing forced. Consider this just a natural detox of emotion. And your subconscious understands something that deep down you already know. There is no need for overthinking, dwelling, catastrophizing, or even unhealthy habits to numb what is absolutely fine to be released. That's it. And I want you to think of some of those old patterns. Spending too long scrolling into that phone or that device, or staying in bed too long. That is numbing rather than restoring. And they were never weaknesses, just attempts at relief. Distraction is a coping strategy. Avoidance is a coping strategy. But what if there are better strategies? As now, your system is learning a better way. A way that restores energy instead of draining it. a way that creates momentum instead of stagnation. Your mind begins to associate stagnation with discomfort and movement with relief. And I want you to think of a morning, perhaps tomorrow morning. You wake up, get out of bed maybe because you need to. Not rushed, not forced, but decisive. Imagine wearing the clothing that's appropriate so that you can move your body for that 20 minutes. And maybe that's a walk, a good stretch, maybe time on an exercise bike. And this isn't intense exercise. It's nothing extreme. Just enough to wake the system. And as you move, your body releases endorphins. And those wash away emotional residue. And your brain is releasing serotonin, creating steadiness and optimism. And then just imagine after that 20 minutes or so, you have a warm shower. But when the warm shower finishes, imagine setting it to the coldest setting. And imagine experiencing that cold shower, just 2 minutes. Not punishment, not brutality, just a signal. A message to the nervous system that says, I can do difficult things. I am safe inside discomfort. I am expanding my comfort zone. And with that cold water, you feel accomplished, and so your body releases dopamine, giving you motivation, drive, clarity, and resilience. And consider all of these a gift of self-love. Tough love, but self-love. And thereby releasing oxytocin, a deep sense of trust in yourself. And afterwards, when you're dry, invigorated, refreshed, imagine sketching for 5 minutes. No performance, no judgment, just lines, shapes, and presence. A time where your mind becomes quiet. Your mind becomes focused and exists only in the moment. And this small act trains your brain away from compulsive scrolling and toward intentional attention. And you can feel centered, grounded, and clear. With freedom comes responsibility. A responsibility to establish order and structure. And here is the deeper shift, rippling to every cell in your body now. Each time you do something challenging or difficult by choice, your identity is adapting. You become someone who creates options, someone who expands rather than avoids. Every morning ritual becomes a healing session, a reset of your emotional chemistry, a vote for health, and a release of old, heavy emotions. And your subconscious learns that movement releases unwanted emotion. Discomfort builds resilience, and action restores well-being. And I want you to imagine the days and weeks ahead. Doing something once will give some benefit. Doing something consistently compounds. Think of someone saving money. They save money once on one day and never again. Nothing much happens. But when someone saves a little every day, it grows and grows. Consider rituals and investment in your health. And as you imagine that future, see yourself with more energy, clearer thinking, less of that emotional heaviness, and fewer compulsive coping strategies. And it isn't because you force discipline, but because your body prefers how this feels. And what if healing is no longer something you wait for, but something you create, practice, and maintain? Imagine yourself a year from now. A year of less cortisol in your blood and more of those wonderful, happy hormones. See yourself a year from now with great digestion, a great social life, health, vitality, happiness, doing all the things you want to do, but at one point thought you couldn't. Consider this planting a seed of an idea deep in your subconscious mind, and you will establish a wonderful ritual as a foundation to build on even more wonderful changes. But imagine floating all the way back to the present now as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, so wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Breathe in and out through that nose. That's it. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.